Headlines like this often sound alarming, but the reality of what's happening with Dennis Rodman is much less dramatic than hard-to-watch framing suggests. Rodman is not currently known for any single verified crisis or sudden tragic development. Instead, he remains a public figure whose post-NBA life has been unusual, highly visible at times, and shaped by a mix of entertainment appearances, personal choices, and ongoing media curiosity. Rodman is best remembered as one of the most dominant defensive players in NBA history. During his career with teams like the Detroit Pistons and later the Chicago Bulls, he built a Hall of Fame resume based on rebounding, defense, and relentless energy rather than scoring. He was a key part of multiple championship teams and became one of the most recognizable personalities in basketball during the 1990s. After retiring from the NBA, Rodman's life took a very public and unconventional path. He became involved in wrestling, celebrity appearances, reality television, and international travel. One of the most unusual aspects of his post-career life has been his repeated visits to North Korea, where he has met with leader Kim Jong-un. These trips brought him global attention and controversy, but they were voluntary appearances that Rodman himself described as part of his personal interests and relationships, not signs of decline. Over the years, Rodman has also spoken openly about struggles with alcohol, mental health, and the pressures that came with fame during and after his playing career. He has acknowledged entering rehabilitation programs in the past, and has discussed how difficult life became after leaving the structure of professional sports. These admissions contributed to a public image of instability at times, but they also reflect a long-term effort to manage personal challenges rather than a sudden current crisis. In more recent years, Rodman has continued to make occasional public appearances, including basketball-related events, interviews, and promotional activities. He remains a recognizable figure in sports culture and is often invited to speak about the bad boys era of the Detroit Pistons or the championship Chicago Bulls teams. His presence in the media today is less frequent than in his prime years, but he has not disappeared from public life. It's also important to separate perception from reality. Because Rodman has a history of eccentric behavior, bold fashion choices, and unpredictable public appearances, he is often the subject of exaggerated or misleading headlines. When he is not constantly in the spotlight, some online narratives interpret that absence as something negative or hard to watch, even when there is no verified evidence of a new crisis. Like many retired athletes, Rodman's life after sports has been less structured than his playing career. That transition can sometimes appear chaotic from the outside, but it is also common among former professional players who move from highly disciplined environments into open-ended public life. In Rodman's case, that difference has simply been more visible because of his personality and fame. At present, there is no confirmed major incident or verified situation suggesting that something new and tragic is unfolding in his life. Instead, what exists is a long and complex post-NBA journey that includes fame, controversy, personal struggles, and continued public curiosity. Ultimately, Dennis Rodman remains a living former sports icon whose life has always been unconventional. While his story includes challenges like many retired athletes, the idea that something uniquely hard to watch is happening right now is more reflective of online sensationalism than current verified reality.